Are you waking up in the middle of the night with numb hands? Have your feet started feeling cold no matter how many blankets you pile on? Do you notice that tingling, almost pins and needles sensation running down your legs first thing in the morning? Here is what concerns me. Most men over 50 experience these things and immediately think, well, that's just what getting older feels like. But what if I told you that the position you fall asleep in every single night is quietly strangling your circulation, starving your tissues of oxygen, and accelerating damage to your heart, your kidneys, and yes, even your performance below the belt? Because that is exactly what the research is showing us, and almost nobody in medicine is talking about it clearly enough. Tonight, when you climb into bed, you are either going to help your body heal and restore itself, or you are going to spend the next 7 or 8 hours slowly choking off the very blood flow that keeps you vital, keeps you strong, and keeps you functioning as a man. If you have noticed any of those symptoms, or if you have just felt like your body is not recovering the way it used to, stay with me. What I am about to share with you today could genuinely change the way you feel when you wake up tomorrow morning. I am Dr. Fiona Gray, a board-certified urologist with over 12 years of clinical experience helping men over 50 reclaim their vitality, their strength, and their confidence. I have worked with thousands of men, many in their 50s, 60s, and 70s, who walked into my office convinced that cold feet, numb fingers, and declining energy were just the unavoidable price of aging. And time after time, I have watched simple, targeted changes restore a quality of life these men thought was permanently behind them. Before we get into this, I need a quick favor from you. Hit that like button right now and drop a comment telling me where you are watching from today. Whether you are in Texas or Toronto or somewhere on the other side of the world, I want to hear from you. Your engagement helps this video reach another man who is silently dealing with these exact problems and does not know why. Now let me paint a picture for you, because I think this is where so many men get lost. Your circulatory system is not just your heart pumping blood. It is an incredibly complex network of arteries, veins, and tiny capillaries that reaches every single tissue in your body. We are talking about roughly 60,000 miles of blood vessels. If you laid them end to end, they would wrap around the earth more than twice. And that system has one job: to deliver oxygen and nutrients to your organs, your muscles, your brain, and your extremities, and then carry waste products back out. After 50, that system is already under pressure. Your arterial walls are naturally becoming a little stiffer. Plaque may be building in places you cannot feel. Your heart has to work a little harder to push blood to the same places it used to reach effortlessly. So here is the critical point. When you sleep in a position that physically compresses, restricts, or impedes that blood flow for 6 to 8 hours straight, you are not just mildly inconveniencing your body. You are compounding decades of circulatory wear and making it dramatically worse. Think of a garden hose. When it is new, water flows through it beautifully. But after 20 or 30 years, that hose gets a little stiff, maybe a little clogged. Now imagine someone steps on it for 8 hours every single night. That is exactly what the wrong sleep position does to your vascular system. And the consequences go far beyond cold toes. So let me walk you through the 5 biggest circulatory mistakes men over 50 make in their sleep. And more importantly, I am going to give you the exact corrections for each one. And I will tell you right now, mistake number 4 is the one I see most often in my practice, and it is the one most men have absolutely no idea they are making. Mistake number 1, sleeping on your stomach with your arms pinned underneath you. This is one of the most common positions I see, and it is arguably the most damaging to your circulation. When you lie face down, your full body weight presses down on your chest cavity. That compression reduces the space your lungs have to expand, which means every breath you take throughout the night is shallower than it should be. Shallower breathing means less oxygen in your blood. Less oxygen in your blood means your heart has to pump faster and harder to deliver the same amount of oxygen to your tissues. You are essentially forcing your cardiovascular system to run a marathon while you sleep. Now add to that the fact that most stomach sleepers tuck their arms under their pillow or under their chest. You are compressing the brachial artery and the radial artery in your arms for hours at a time. That is why you wake up with dead arms, numb hands, that awful tingling that takes a minute or two to go away. And gentlemen, that tingling is not harmless. It is a sign that blood flow was cut off long enough for the nerve tissue to become oxygen deprived. Over time, repeated episodes of this can contribute to peripheral neuropathy, a condition where the nerves in your hands and feet begin to sustain real, lasting damage. I had a patient named Arthur, 63, a retired postal worker from Michigan. Arthur came to me because he was losing grip strength in his right hand and had developed a persistent numbness in his fingertips that would not go away. His primary care doctor suspected carpal tunnel. But when I took a thorough history, Arthur told me he had slept face down with his right arm jammed under his pillow for as long as he could remember. We made one primary change. We transitioned him to back sleeping with a supportive pillow arrangement, which I will describe for you at the end of this video. 8 weeks later, the numbness in his fingertips had resolved almost entirely, and his grip strength had measurably improved. He told me, "Doc, I spent 2 years thinking something was seriously wrong with me, and it was just the way I was sleeping." Mistake number 2, sleeping in the fetal position, with your knees pulled tight to your chest. Now, I know this one might surprise you because side sleeping is generally a good position, but there is a crucial difference between healthy side sleeping and the curled up fetal position that many men default to. When you pull your knees up tightly toward your chest and curl your torso forward, you create significant compression at 2 critical junctions. The first is your femoral artery, which runs through the crease of your hip and is the primary blood supply to your entire lower body. When your hip is flexed past about 90 degrees for hours at a time, that artery is being partially compressed, reducing blood flow to your legs, your feet, and importantly, to the pelvic region. The second point of compression is in your abdominal cavity. That curled position crowds your internal organs together, which can restrict blood flow through the mesenteric arteries that feed your gut and kidneys. Emotionally, I find that men who sleep this way often report a general sense of heaviness and sluggishness in the morning. They describe it as feeling stiff, feeling old, feeling like it takes them 20 or 30 minutes just to get moving, and they accept it as normal. It is not normal. It is the direct result of spending the night in a position that restricted blood flow to the lower half of their body. The practical fix here is simple but specific. If you are a side sleeper, that is perfectly fine, but keep your legs extended or only slightly bent. Place a pillow between your knees to keep your hips aligned, and resist the urge to curl inward. You want your body in a gentle, elongated line, not a compressed ball. Quick pause here before we move on to number 3, because I want to make sure something is clear. I am not trying to make you anxious about sleep. Sleep is one of the most healing things your body does. The goal here is to make sure that the position you are in during those precious hours is working with your body, not against it. Mistake number 3, sleeping with too many pillows stacked under your head. This one is about your neck and the blood supply to your brain. When you prop your head up on 2 or 3 pillows, or one very thick pillow, you are creating a sharp forward bend in your cervical spine. That bend compresses the vertebral arteries, which are 2 critical vessels that run up through the bones of your neck and supply blood to the back of your brainstem, and your cerebellum. These are the areas responsible for balance, coordination, and the regulation of your autonomic nervous system, the system that controls your heart rate, blood pressure, and vascular tone while you sleep. Restricting blood flow through these arteries does not just give you a stiff neck in the morning. It can contribute to morning dizziness, that foggy-headed feeling that takes an hour to clear, and over time, it may even play a role in elevated blood pressure. The practical correction is to use a single pillow that supports the natural curve of your neck without pushing your head forward. Your ear should be roughly in line with your shoulder when you are lying on your side. If you are on your back, a contoured cervical pillow that cradles the back of your skull and supports the curve of your neck is ideal. Mistake number 4, And this is the big one, gentlemen. Sleeping with your legs crossed or one leg draped heavily over the other. I bring this up specifically because it is incredibly common and almost no one thinks of it as a problem. When you cross your legs during sleep, or when you sleep on your side and drape your top leg over your bottom leg with your full weight pressing down, you are compressing the popliteal artery behind your knee and the peroneal nerve that wraps around the outside of your lower leg. This is the fastest way to restrict blood flow to your feet and calves during the night. I had a patient named Gerald, 58, a high school football coach from South Carolina. Gerald came to me because he had developed persistent coldness in his left foot and occasional cramping in his calves at night. His doctor had run a basic vascular screening and found nothing alarming, but the symptoms kept getting worse. When I asked Gerald to describe his exact sleeping position, he told me he always slept on his right side with his left leg thrown over his right knee pressing into the mattress. That left leg was being compressed for 7 hours a night, 5 or 6 nights a week. We corrected the position by placing a firm body pillow between his legs to keep them separated and parallel. Within 6 weeks, the coldness in his foot had dramatically improved, and the nighttime cramping had stopped completely. Gerald looked at me at his follow-up and said, "I cannot believe something that simple was causing all of that." And I hear that statement more often than you might think. Mistake number 5. Sleeping in a completely flat position when you have existing circulation concerns. This one is nuanced, so stay with me. For most healthy sleepers, lying flat on your back is an excellent position. But if you are a man over 50 who already has signs of compromised circulation, such as swollen ankles, varicose veins, or mild heart concerns, sleeping completely flat can allow blood to pool in your lower extremities because gravity is no longer assisting your venous return. Your veins rely on a combination of muscle contractions and gravity to push blood back up to your heart. When you are lying flat and completely still for hours, that return flow slows down, and fluid can accumulate in your legs and feet. This is why some men wake up with puffy ankles or feet that feel swollen and tight in the morning. The correction is simple and elegant. Elevate your legs slightly by placing a wedge pillow or a folded blanket under your calves and feet, raising them about 6 to 8 inches above the level of your heart. This uses gravity to assist venous return and can make a meaningful difference in morning swelling, leg comfort, and overall circulatory efficiency while you sleep. So here is your simple action plan. You can start all of this tonight. Step 1. Assess your current position. Tonight, pay attention to how you fall asleep, and if possible, notice what position you wake up in. Awareness is always the first step. Step 2. Set up your sleep environment for success. If you are a side sleeper, place a firm pillow between your knees and keep your legs gently extended. If you are a back sleeper, place a pillow under your knees to reduce lower back strain and consider a slight leg elevation if you have any swelling. Replace a tall stack of pillows with a single, supportive cervical pillow. Step 3. If you are a stomach sleeper, begin the transition tonight. Place a body pillow beside you to prevent yourself from rolling onto your stomach. It may take 2 to 3 weeks to adjust, and that is completely normal. Be patient with yourself. Step 4. Track how you feel. Every morning for the next 2 weeks, take 30 seconds to notice your hands, your feet, your energy level, and your mental clarity. Most of my patients report noticeable improvements within the first 7 to 10 days. That is it. 4 straightforward steps. No supplements, no prescriptions, no equipment. Just a smarter way to spend the hours your body is already using to repair and restore itself. I want to say something to you directly, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you have been waking up stiff and sore and numb, if you have been watching your hands tingle and your feet go cold and wondering what is happening to your body, if you have been quietly worried that your circulation is failing you, you are not broken. Your body is not giving up on you. In so many cases, it has simply been asking for a different position, a small adjustment, a chance to do what it already knows how to do. Even after 50, even after 60, even well beyond that, You are still capable of waking up feeling rested, feeling strong, feeling like the blood is moving through your body the way it is supposed to. That vitality is not gone, it is waiting to be restored, and it may be as close as tonight. If this video gave you even one insight you did not have before, hit that like button so we can get this information in front of more men who need it. Leave me a comment below and tell me which of these 5 mistakes you have been making. I read every single comment and I would love to hear your story. Share this video with a brother, a friend, or someone you care about who has been complaining about cold feet or numb hands and does not know why. And subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss my weekly videos helping men over 50 reclaim their strength, their health, and their confidence. You might be the reason another man finally gets the answer he has been searching for. I am Dr. Fiona Gray, reminding you that after 50, vitality is not lost. It is waiting to be awakened. Take care of yourself, gentlemen, and I will see you in the next one.